Okay, okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm here with Nick Blythe, Paella Fella founder and managing director. Hi, Nick.
Good morning.
How are you? And today we're joined by Lisa Kruppa, who is founder and owner of Optimum SEO. Just having a little chat about the importance of SEO to having a successful online presence. So the reason we thought we'd put a couple of these interviews out is because Paella Fella Limited has had to strategically change its focus in the last few weeks, obviously with the current situation, making running events no longer feasible. So online presence has become sort of much more important in most business models. So I wanted to start by asking you, Nick, a couple of questions. Last year, Paella Fella celebrated its 10th anniversary. So in terms of premium event catering, you've been successfully running a business now for over 10 years. But when you first set up Paella Fella and launched your website for the first time, how much did you know about SEO back then and about the importance of driving traffic to your sites to actually generating business?
Surprisingly very little, despite my previous background in IT. I always understood that inquiries and leads are the lifeblood of any business and a key measure for measuring the success of any marketing activity. But in those early days, my focus in terms of online marketing was pretty much down to paid search, i.e. Google ads. And that was, whilst that drove a reasonable amount of traffic to my site and customers in terms of conversion, it became more and more apparent to me that it was getting more and more expensive as the business grew, basically. So it was becoming costlier to acquire a customer.
Yeah. So then, at what point or how far into, running a business did you realise that SEO was something that you actually needed then as part of a support package?
Well, once I realised that the cost of acquisition was something that was increasing as the business grew, I was talking it through with a friend of mine, and basically he sort of converted my mindset and my thinking about more seriously about utilising SEO as in my online marketing mix, and outlined to me in no uncertain terms, what it could do for the business if it was executed in a structured and formatted and controlled rollout. And it was around that sort of time that he introduced me to Lisa at Optimum SEO.
Okay. Hi, Lisa. Sorry, we forgot to actually do a quick hello at the beginning of this. But so so you guys met up through mutual business contacts. And so how long have you been working with Lisa overall? And if you could kind of quantify the impact that working with Optimum SEO has had on Paella Fella in terms of return on investment or, uplift in inquiries, etc., depending on how you track it.
Sure. Okay. Well, we've been working together now, almost 2.5 years now, maybe a bit more. At the time, I was looking at doing a full review of my business and the operation and specifically that review was all about how I wanted to change the business and take it to another level. And I decided to step into SEO to understand more about it, to evaluate the benefits it could bring. And that was around the beginning of 2018. And I briefed Lisa to implement a full SEO review, specifically to highlight the key terms that the business needed to be optimized against, if you like. And together we put together a plan that created and rolled out optimized pages based on a geographic location that my business, that the company operates in, pretty much. And the purpose, of course, was to drive traffic across the various different types of parties and events we cater for, weddings, parties, corporate events, and that sort of thing. And then Lisa got to work, pretty much, got down on it, and created a whole new set of optimized pages over a period of months. And it was quite amazing, actually, because in a very short period of time, we could see Paella Fella's online performance in Google search terms, both on mobile and desktop, really began to improve. and it began to put Paella Fella in positions number 1 or 2 against what you could say are certain commercially important key terms, basically. And as that strategy bedded in over a period of time, we could see the return on investment was quite significant, and it showed through in the management reporting side of things.
Okay, that's great. So just to bring that full circle then, having moved away from sort of spending on Google Ads and investing more resources into SEO, it actually had cost benefits for the business and had incremental traffic.
Yes, I mean, in effect, the lead generation and the revenue side could be tracked back to the SEO activity, and it was clearly impacting positively.
Great. Okay, thanks very much for that. Let's bring Lisa into the mix, because when it comes to SEO, Lisa's going to take us through sort of in more detail what search engine optimization actually means. So thanks for joining us today, Lisa.
You're welcome. Hello.
So, I mean, SEO, search engine optimization, feels like it's still something that's an unknown entity for lots of small, medium businesses. Certainly when we talk about it with other kind of colleagues or, you know, people within the industry, they'll still kind of sit back and say, well, you know, what is SEO? Why do we need it? So how do you typically define it, and sort of define its importance, if you like, to new clients and to businesses like Paella Fella?
Well, SEO should always play an integral role in the marketing of businesses that wish to perform well in the search engine arena, whether that be in Google, Bing or Yahoo, or on desktop or mobile platforms. In fact, voice search is the next driver of search results, which is very much on the horizon. By having a systematic approach to on and off page optimization, commercially important pages of a company's site can create visibility in search returns, driving well-qualified customer traffic to any site, which in turn drives revenue performance. It also provides the foundation to enable improved returns in paid search and connect all social media platforms to generate a joined-up approach to all online communication.
Okay, that's great. So if you're, you know, when you start working with a client like Paella Fella, as you have done for the last couple of years, what are the typical gains that a business of this kind of size could expect from strategic SEO investment? And how do you kind of monitor it in terms of business KPIs and report back to the company that's invested?
Well, specifically to Paella Fella, between Nick and myself, we have agreed a broad-reaching, geographically important strategic plan, balanced with a focus upon commercially important key search terms. Starting with the terms that we knew would drive plenty of traffic to the pages, that would inform the customer exactly what Paella Fella do as a business and why they should contact them to discuss their requirements. The nature of SEO means that the algorithms used by the search companies take a little time to review the pages we produce and to check them for relevance against what the client is searching for. However, once they have been ranked, the initial KPI we took for this, how does that particular key term search rank in search terms? By utilising various software reporting tools, we can track how well or poorly a particular term is ranking. The second element is how well that term converts to an inquiry. So this, once again, is tracked using a reporting tool that Paella Fella can access to understand how well the campaigns that we have undertaken are working. And thirdly, we then test and refine and optimize these SEO strategies we have set out to deliver the performance.
Okay, so just very quickly in that sense, because you've talked a lot about geographical terms that you've had to build in, I'm assuming then that SEO is quite personalised by business type based on their needs.
Yes, very much so. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So with an event caterer, they're looking to extend their reach in certain geographical areas, and that forms, you know, the heart of the SEO strategy, as it were.
Absolutely. So somebody, wherever they're sitting doing the search, we want Paella Fella to be found relevant for that search term for the end user.
Okay. No, I just think it's interesting because I think quite often people think SEO is just a generic thing that you do, and they don't necessarily realise the level of personalisation that goes into creating a good SEO strategy for your company type and your business type. So it's good just to clarify that. So you've been working now for a couple of years, as we said, with Paella Fella. So that's, you know, a pretty good investment in terms of laying down a platform for SEO strategy. So overall, has that given them a much greater presence online than they had previously?
Yes, most definitely. We work with an online industry leading reporting platform called PI Data Metrics, led by John Earnshaw. The platform provides independently validated performance reporting, which Paella Fella and ourselves have access to. We took a snapshot of the SEO performance before commencing the work in 2018 and regularly review with Pi how Paella Fella is performing against a number of criteria. Visibility in search, performance against competitor search terms, and key search term performance are ranking. Throughout the period, we've been able to validate the improvements our strategies have brought to Nick's business. We can improve that since working with Paella Fella, Nick has seen his company now be able to compete in the online arena against companies who are, you know, far bigger than his, potentially greater resources to hand. By using SEO, I've no doubt Paella Fella are in a stronger position now, because we can see that the visibility reports generated by Pi and its projects I have been proud to be engaged with.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting, because actually when you think of event catering, you think of it being very much a kind of a physical, real world business, but actually the role of online and marketing and you know, recruitment of new customers and new business is actually immense.
Absolutely. And sometimes, yeah, you sometimes might have somebody going to be getting married, let's say, and they don't think about Paella catering. So we can deep dive and look for, you know, to deliver the Paella search term to them that they may not have even thought they're looking at. So we deep dive into, you know, generic search terms and broader. So we're trawled in the internet for Nick the whole time to deliver new leads and getting his brand out there.
Brilliant. Did you just want to jump in on that as well, Nick? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's the terms are bandied around mission critical, but it's I wouldn't say it's mission critical, but it's certainly business critical for a company like Paella Fella to have invested in SEO. I mean, I didn't do it for quite a few years, and I think literally in the last couple of years, it has effectively allowed me to change my strategic thinking. And it is a foundation block in terms of taking the business forward. So it's absolutely critical, totally. Yeah. Yeah,
so no, it's good to hear. So in terms of kind of current times, we're obviously in quite unprecedented situation where everybody is now trying to jump on the digital bandwagon. All of the companies that have been forced to work from home and now sort of looking at how they can convert their business into an online entity where they haven't perhaps already done so. So with regards, this is for you, Lisa, with regards to Paella Fella, how much has, you know, the current COVID-19 crisis affected the business and their need to change their business focus from doing event catering to home delivery? And how much has the SEO strategy had to adapt to sort of fit in with those plans?
Well, every business faces challenges, but clearly COVID-19 must rank one of the greatest we've ever seen. Nick's dynamic approach and proactivity has meant that he's adapted his strategy and has created a home delivery service, which has already proven to be popular with his customers. To support this change, I have been asked to set out a specific home delivery optimization plan, which includes producing new pages, which are now live on the site and being indexed in Google and driving fresh new leads to Nick's business. These pages are relevant in their content and their information relating to the home delivery product that Paella Fella offer. And we've integrated a new auto online ordering system to advance the customer experience when placing their orders. So it's not just the generic pick up the phone or drop an email. Nick's customers now can actually place their specific order in line with food allergies. You know, it really is a step up in a home delivery food service. And in my opinion, we have not so much adapted Nick's strategy. That remains the same at its core, what we've delivered over the last couple of years. But we've certainly had to evolve and react swiftly to support the business requirements laid down by Nick. And because we all still now are uncertain of social distancing rules when pubs, restaurants, etc. are going to open. So Nick's business really, really is so important to so many people who are going to be staying at home and wanting good quality, healthy home delivery that is different. So we are rolling that out and looking how we can further grow it more and more and more as time goes on.
Yeah, so one final question on that then, in terms of you saying you haven't had to adapt so much but evolve the SEO strategy.
Yes.
Has having had 2.5 years of good SEO work behind him actually helped Nick and Paella Fella in this current crisis, where some people might be trying to sort of jump on SEO as a last minute sort of reaction to COVID?
Yes, because Nick's Google Trust, his domain authority, all the SEO that's gone into the site in the build-up has most definitely boosted the delivery campaign in every sense. So a brand new site that just wants to pop up on Google, a brand new business will by no means be as successful as quick as Nick's website and his campaign. And plus he has got a lot of online trust. His reviews are outstanding. They're all 5 out of 5, which that takes time to build that up. You cannot get that overnight. They're all, they're genuine reviews on social media, on his Google local business listing. So yeah, his overall online trust as well as his marketing is spot on, absolutely. And it's through the 2 years over that we've been working at it.
So that's really interesting. So then SEO isn't a quick fix. It's something that you have to continually invest in and continually kind of update and monitor to bring the business forward. So that's kind of the end, I suppose, for this little first interview. I guess if you both want to have just one final word on kind of SEO in the current context, business world, etc., just as a kind of closing statement from you both.
Well, I'm very grateful for Lisa's dedication to the cause, and I think Lisa is, whilst Lisa is independent of Paella Fella, is very much part of the team, and has bought into the whole brand identity, and is also quite a keen advocate and supporter, having been fueled by a fair amount of Paella, of course.
And Lisa, final word from you, perhaps, in terms of companies that haven't yet jumped on the SEO bandwagon and would like to know more, or interested in how it could help their business in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, local SEO is key for any local business of any trade. So, they're welcome to contact our company, and we can look at their online objectives and where they're sitting now and where they would like to be. And then on another note, I'd like to say thank you to Nick for being such a great client over the last couple of years. I thoroughly enjoyed working with him. Love his food to the point that last night I cooked paella at home because I'm missing his event.
Fantastic. Well, thanks ever so much for that. I think it's been really interesting, and I'm sure that there's a few gems in there that people who aren't so aware of SEO will be able to pull out of that. We're going to continue doing a few more of these interviews in the coming weeks, just to show how small businesses like Paella Fella are moving forward and coping in COVID times, and we'll be picking up with other business partners such as Lisa to sort of show how they're all working with us and with Paella Fella to drive the business forward. So thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you now. Cheerio. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.